What have I learned? Pretty good question, I'd say. In the beginning, well, little bit confused is an understatement. January 2014, feeling a bit stressed out with this whole technology thing, but now that's a big thumbs up. A concept I think that we really need to start thinking about is our digital identities. Now, every single day we're on the internet posting photos, we're emailing, we're blogging, creating essentially this digital footprint, this imprint on the internet that can always be found by anyone that looks up anything. And eventually, who are we actually? This internet person or a person in real life? So upon kind of realizing what my digital identity is, I realized that it's sad to say and to admit that this year I finally figured out what Google Drive is. It's probably the most efficient thing I've ever kind of worked with. You're able to move from my tablet to my computer to my cell phone, all under this Google Drive, always able to access any sort of assignment that you're doing, any project that you're doing, and you know what? Keeps you organized, and sharing is caring. So I'm sitting in class one day and I look up and realize I'm getting a 411 on how to use Twitter. Now, I always thought Twitter was sort of a social media site where I could hashtag all the ridiculous things that come into my brain. But after this class and our lovely professor, I'm able to realize that Twitter's a bit more. There's some networking there. You can get in contact with teachers. You can create hashtags that your classroom can get into and expand on ideas. And you know what? It can become a really good resource. And one of the things I really took off from it was, don't let your picture be an egg. So the real question here is, have you met my blog? I'm sure most of you have probably stumbled upon it, but I really got into blogging last year in ICT, and then this year we were able to really get into blogging, but not only blogging what we thought, but blogging in regards to articles we were reading, in regards to other blogs, podcasts, other sort of personal, social, educational things that come into your mind, and it can be a good resource for your classroom, art, phys ed, science, anything. Blog, it's the new thing. And by new thing, I actually mean just probably a normal technology thing that I have not caught on to until right now, which seems to be a normal trend. But this slide right here, EduBlogger, I was able to find a EduBlogger on Twitter, connected it to my blog, then I was able to blog about it. So this just shows that everything's connected, you're networking, you're meeting people, you're connecting, you're viewing other people's perspectives, and in the end, expanding your learning. Speaking of expanding your learning, QR codes. Foreign concept to me, always saw them around, never really understood how to make them, what they were for. Clearly this buddy in the cartoon also was unaware. Easy 6-step process, click on the link, convert your code, and voila, QR code, easy technology right there. Upon learning what a QR code is, we also were learning about infographics. Now, infographics is a great way we can visually display information in a nice clear picture kind of way. Now, I've actually become really technology pro and have added my QR code to my infographic. So there you have it. Infographics, great for students to learn, great for students to see, be interactive with the particular poster, and there you have it. Speaking of being active, how do we get kids to want to be active in physical education? Well, perhaps we can start trying to use technology. They seem to love it. They seem to be encompassed by it. So why not figure out how we can incorporate the two of them? So this year I picked up a bunch of different apps: UberSense, Coach's Eye, Step Counter, MyFitnessPal, Team Shake. All these different things you can videotape skills. You can count how far you've walked, how far you've ran. You can make teams with a shake of an iPad. All these things can make phys ed just that much more fun. And doesn't this spiral really well into my next slide? BYOD, bring your own device. So we had a great panel come in and talk to us about iPads in the school. A lot of different schools, Dakota Collegiate, for example, BYOD, they're having their students bring in their own cell phones, their own tablets, and they're trying to teach their students how to use these devices effectively. And I think that that is where education is kind of going. Am I just learning how to use my tablet correctly? Yes. But once I know how to use it, am I going to want to teach the students how to use it properly? You bet I am. In some schools, we actually have a one-to-one. AKA each student is getting one iPad or tablet supplied by the school, given to the student. They're able to take it home. They've got apps on there that the teacher has put on. I believe that this actually does teach students about responsibility. They learn how to learn in both ways. Learn with their iPad, learn without their iPad. And I think that this lovely teacher here and all the recess characters will agree. So I've just spent the last few minutes rambling on about all these different new technological things that I've learned, and how do I keep this organized? I can barely keep my own room organized, and here I am adding all this other things. And this year I've really learned Google Drive, Google Plus, Hotmail, Gmail, and then RSS is a great way to kind of keep yourself organized. You can actually go on to Feedly and put in all your websites and things, your blogs, and then when you click on Feedly, it's all right there. You don't have to be, wasting time, and for me, it's efficient, and that's why I appreciate it. So in closing, all of these things can contribute to your personal learning network. Basically, all your personal, social, educational information is all mixed together into a melting pot called your PLN.